New lineup. Esme debut with a chip as well. Will it be enough to secure this first game, to lead the series, to still make it, to still have playoff contention against RRQ potentially? The playoffs are already in front of their eyes, potentially the regular season champs.
At this point, they're just fighting for being #1 on the standings. They've already secured upper brackets. Ray, Impure Rage instead of the Concussive Blast. This is going to hurt quite a bit in his clear speed.
Interesting, especially against a Suyo, right? That in theory can clear so much faster here. RRQ are definitely taking note of that. Looking at the rest of the emblems, it's a lot of Impure Rages coming in from DEWA. It's a bit of a statement. But for RRQ, that means that they have a lot more variety in ways to sustain for utility. I mean, Rinz is going with the Quantum Charge as well. He wants to get an extra bit of movement speed. He's planning on being up close and personal.
Yeah, as expected though. No level 4 Edok going to be caught will be first blood to Ray. So he'll get a bit of XP and gold in his pockets for that play. Ooh, Rinz? All right, he's not going to go for it.
There's a little bit of trades and damage here in the mid lane. We see Sorizo actually pathing to the mid lane as well, trying to allow Ray to pick up this Lethal Wanderer. Sorizo gets chunked a little bit, but look at this, Rinz, very low.
Right. Both teams back away. DEWA able to get the Lethal. Actually having a bit more pressure here in the early game. That's a good roam from Sorizo as well. A bit of an underrated aspect of the Esmeralda is the roaming capabilities, because you're pretty quick. You know, you have a built-in movement speed boost here. So let's see if Sorizo can have that much impact over Dyron, because it has to be on that movement speed and roam speed. When it comes down to the full-on fight impact, Dyron on a Badang is going to have so much more.
Oh, she trying to go for the flank here. Edok having an angle. Chen, Queller, Falling Starmoon locks him down as a taunt into the back as well. Ray going to be chain CC by Dyron as he goes for the fist crack. Chen, look at the directory, will be able to find it, but will fall to the hands of Sorizo as Ray falls to Dyron. AOG to lock Sorizo down as Itoshi Kesu takes the long way around. Sorizo taunted, chain CC pinned down, but look at that sustain.
He doesn't get caught out. He's actually going for a little bit more here. He gets caught to half, but he's already done his job. At the end of the day, RRQ are the ones to secure the neutral objective despite them having to trade for their own jungle. I think that was really great setup from Dyron.
Also a great effort from Chen there. He is walking up to the neutral objective, trying to go for the retry while under fire. And he took it with below a quarter of HP left. He's going to be jumped on by Itoshi Kesu though.
Uh-oh, Chen already used the Blade Surge. They're going to try to lock him down. The RWM comes down, but it actually only finds Edok, who's going to be caught, hasn't taught, will get taken out by Spencer. RWM in a weird angle. Dyron taken out by Sorizo. Crossbow attack dealing nothing. Sorizo's just standing there on a signature pick.
Beautiful skirmish coming in from DEWA. 1,400 gold lead, and you can see that maybe he's been able to get a lot of gold there in the gold lane. Toy now just will be able to get into that lane to try and look for the clear. But all in all, DEWA, really, really good job.
Yeah, man. The ambush from Itoshi Kesu there, staying in the bush for a prolonged amount of time just to ensure he gets the surprise onto RRQ. And I think RRQ kind of scrambled into that fight there. We saw that weird angled, stolen real-world manipulation from Rinz. Wasn't exactly ideal. So, talking about the chaos here, DEWA is definitely bringing it up against RRQ.
Oh.
And for now, 92% audience prediction here for RRQ.
Are you surprised?
Not really. Let's be real here.
It's the kingdom.
But with Sorizo doing so well here, this is the problem, man. When everyone's grouped up like that, he is so tanky, and he's doing a lot of damage deceptively, right? Esmeralda actually spams out a lot of spells, so you can't really afford to leave Sorizo unchecked, but there's so many other people, other heroes on the map that RRQ have to worry about.
That's why they're going back to the keys to victory for DEWA, right? One of which was screening Dyron. The fact that Sorizo has been winning the lane, having a little bit more resources to play with those 2 kills, look at what he's been able to do.
Oh, Chen, Sorizo's really bullying this rookie, and he takes the orange buff of Chen. Now Ray's the one ahead of Chen.
So it's not just Dyron that he's been able to screen, he's also been able to bully Chen as well, doing a lot right now. You can see that they've been able to buy some time for DEWA, a really good way to get that attention for DEWA to get this neutral objective.
E-Dog, looking for the taunt. Ray comes in, looking for the taunt as well. And that's going to be the flank in the back with the shortcut. Itoshi! Kesu with the crash course, the one who finds the turtle somehow. Rince got Chorizo! Falling Star Moon on two! And now it's Soy, who's going to be ran down. Crossbow attack ready, but it does no damage to Chorizo as he stands there, watches, and lets the rest of DEWA take control. Tyrant gun down, one last shot. He's able to flicker out to safety, no death to Sonata.
It's just a lack of damage from RRQ right now, and the lack of AoE. But every single time there was a fight, DEWA are just really using Chorizo to bully everyone away. He is literally single-handedly zoning out the jungle, the gold lane, and the frontliners of RRQ. And they just don't have enough damage in the early portion here to really expend onto the frontliner. If they do, you saw earlier Spencer, Ray, and maybe just spring into action, trying to trade back the damage. So DEWA are really putting everything onto this Esmeralda strat, and it's been working great so far.
It has, and we don't really see a lot of anti-regen items. Only the glowing wand coming in from Rince. Thunderbelt first for Dyron. Do you think that he could have adapted a little bit more? Wait a second.
We use the Blaze Surge shortcut, gonna be coming down. It's a full gank on Chen! They really don't like this rookie. 0-3-1, full priority on Chen.
It was a 2-level gap in the EXP lane as well, so things aren't looking good for the Kingdom right now. The young prince here not doing great as the Kingdom is crumbling under DEWA's 7,000 gold lead, and they're looking for more.
Uh-oh, Toy. Chorizo's gonna look for the read. Oh, he finds it too! Toy, half HP taken away already. Toshi Kesu walks up, baits out the needle. And now it's just DEWA running RRQ down.
Dude, DEWA are really reading RRQ at every single turn. It's not just the execution and the draft that's giving them a bit of a lead here. It's also the fact that every single time RRQ are attempting some kind of maneuver, DEWA always seem to know exactly what is going on there. The dive on the Chen, the read from Chorizo to get Toy as well there. Oh, Rince.
Oh, that was a pretty questionable call, my friend, but it was the only call they could go for. Chorizo really just going for the dances. Falling Simon locking two members down. Spencer has the RWM. But this is all just a diversion so that Ray Tribution on the Fredrin can find a shortcut coming down. E-Dog gets the AOG in time.
Back to the long grind, and look at DEWA. Literally moving in the jungles of RRQ. Not concerned, not checking the bushes. Not enough danger just yet. Dyron gets spotted out here, might be caught.
He should be okay.
But the turret won't be in the bottom lane there. Maybe. Remember, Chorizo and Maybe are the ones with the highest gold lead over their respective opponents in the lane. Almost 2,000 when we saw it earlier. Now probably way higher.
Yeah, he's picked up the Oracle now as well. 501 KDA.
Yikes.
He's been a monster here. With everything on the line for DEWA, their playoff contention up for question. It looks like they're pulling out everything in this game against RRQ, and it's working wonders. 9,000 gold lead and counting. You see Toy actually forcing a DHS as well. Will that be enough to turn things around for RRQ?
Not just yet, especially again with the Oracle available for Chorizo. Already with the Dominance Ice before that, he's just way too tanky. RRQ are gonna have to wait for some really strong like mid-game power spikes. They need at least the core items to be completed, so the first 2 or 3 items have to be purchased for RRQ to even begin to really be a threat for Chorizo. Otherwise, okay, he's not even running Purify and he's walking up like this. There's just nothing they can really do.
I mean, technically they have catch, right? Oh!
A dive onto 4. Chorizo gonna be caught. The crossbow tank gets locked down, but Chorizo does not care. Gets transferred over to Ray. RWM from Spencer. E-Dog walks away from it, but the turret won't.
That turret's gonna fall. Rince earlier picked up a wrong ult, so the IMU has already been used up. We're not gonna be able to utilize the portal or even the RWM. Perhaps he's looking for it, but this is not what we were expecting. 10,000 gold lead for DEWA. They're on the next neutral objective here. I don't think Chen can contest. He's 2 levels below.
Whoa, E-Dog wants to go in, gets a taunt, and the AOG locks him down now, but it's not going to be coordinated right. E-Dog gonna be taken out. Again, the Sky Piercer up the Granger. Too much to deal with. Maybe gets the Executor stack as well. Kesu and Chorizo are doing a good job. Chorizo really does not want Chen to get anything in the jungle.
They
He's
were
gonna take the orange buff again.
Man, they are trying to make RRQ pay for fielding, you know, someone new against them. Making sure that they understand, like, dude, we can't be taken off that lightly. But shortcut.
Chen able to blade surge away, luckily.
Oh. All right, in the bottom lane though, the turret's gonna be falling from DEWA, so RRQ getting a small addition there. Every single other lane has the turret still standing untouched pretty much. 10k gold to go. DEWA with the better siege potential with the Yeet and the Rager. Oh, almost getting a catch there. But this is the problem. There's no one to actually go for Dyron or Edok to try to target with the pickup as well.
Charge into the mid lane. Holy Defense is going to be proc everywhere on the map except for the bottom lane.
Still standing right now. You can see Rin's actually picking up interesting Starlium Scythe.
Yep. So just find a bit more burst damage, more true damage there. That's where the Quantum Charge makes a bit more sense as well.
Hey.
Now, ooh, DEWA.
So, charging on the falling Star Moon. That's just Rhapsody damage on Chen. And I guess Void Blast from Spencer, but you can see the poke, the siege, the range of DEWA United. Luckily, RRQ here still have a bit of power themselves to defend.
And that's why the 1-1 into this lineup coming from DEWA was a big question. They're going all in.
Not too sure about this. Oh, shortcut into the midst of it all. The crush course. 3 members stunned up. Crossbow of Tang, but it does nothing. Spencer, RWM toying to be caught again. That's not ready for maybe. He goes on Edok. The AOG gets him out in time. Tyron in a 2v1 gets away somehow too. Oh.
I mean, at the end of the day, we're seeing that RRQ are still looking for opportunities to look for that groundbreaking one-moment play against DEWA, but for some reason, Kesu seems to be aware of that. So every time they do that, there's always a counterplay.
Oh. Tyron, as the fist crack, is going to have to save it there. The Queller doesn't land. RRQ forced back.
And a purple will be forced away by DEWA. But again, Trin, I do agree. It's the fact that DEWA have an extra frontliner with the Fredrins, right? So they have so much more frontline to predict, to screen for both Dyron and Edok. And on top of that, because there's already 2 strong frontliners that can take a lot of damage from DEWA, it enables Itoshi Kesu to not be seen, and all he does is wait around near the portals, somewhere unseen, goes from behind and always looks for the counter engage. That's exactly what happened in the previous fight as well, and that's where the draft really works here. Seems like RRQ don't really do that well against teams that have a lot of overwhelming counter engage.
Brother, that is a 4,000 gold lead on the hands of Chorizo, and he's the first member on DEWA to get level 15. In a meta where usually the XP is the second roamer, Chorizo says, let me get back on my carries.
Oh boy. Seen the Esmeralda before, but this is definitely a great game for the Esmeralda as well. Look at this though. Itoshi Kesu still on the far side. RRQ looking for something.
Yeah.
Chorizo though just stands there, dude, menacingly. And RRQ can't really afford to stick around too long either.
He knows he can. Look at that. Really good zoning coming through. I don't think they can go for the contest again. Chen is still a level below Ray. If they want to go for the 50-50, it's still going to be very difficult. We're seeing Chen focusing on his own buffs instead. And that's going to be a Lord bursted down and fallen into the hands of DEWA here in the 14th minute of the game.
Yep. Retake for DEWA United. Taking things very slow now because, I mean, they have a 10,000 goal lead. There's nothing to rush, and they're the ones with a chip.
And they're the ones with the superior siege tools as well. Gas Sonatas, real-world manipulations as well. They have all the range to work with when they're trying to force RRQ to concede some of these base turrets. They just have to make sure they don't mess up and don't allow RRQ to get the jump onto Spencer and maybe. As long as it's always onto Chorizo or Ray, those are both heroes that kind of do well when they're actually under fire.
Wait, look at Edok.
He's looking for a flank. Possibly trying to go on maybe. Conceal already to the back. Will not be able to find maybe there. The Queller does land, but maybe he's able to disengage, and the AOG will be used defensively. Chen trying to survive. The shortcut comes around. The crossbow tank gets transferred over to Ray, but the Itoshi Kesu immortality won't survive. Dyron caught inside the real world manipulation. Rin's forced to flicker out. Down below, Toy trying to do his best to clear it out. Edok with a top. Falling Star Moon from Chorizo. No follow-up, taking things super slow. Chen, very low, the base is wide open. They're gonna go for it right here. Game 1 for DEWA United. A stompy stomp, 9-1.
Wow. A huge upset for the Kingdom here in game number 1 in this best of 3 series between these two teams. Chen, unfortunately, on his debut, will have to concede this first game. With a remarkable performance coming in from Sorizo,